Good morning, Lana Scott Lighthouse. So, guys, my messages have been getting more extensive because I have been calling in, sort of like for whoever needs to hear this message, I've been calling in other people's spiritual counsels. And they are wanting me to focus on certain things. And they've been giving me the messages to go right along with that. So, guys, I'm just the vehicle. I'm just the messenger. And my own spirit guides and counselors, I've called them in. I've also called in other people's spiritual counsels. And this morning, this feels like a race history message. In other words, something in your past, in your family's lineage, is where they're wanting you to go digging at. And I've gotten this message before. And I've had a lot of new people jump on here and want and tell me that they feel like these messages are meant for them, I guess, and that they are, well, let's just put it like this. Other people's spiritual counselors are putting my messages up all of a sudden since I've been calling them in because they want certain people who they feel like are healers or somebody they've been waiting for in their family lineage. They're letting me know that there are some of you that over this next 6 months, they're telling me, as we go through these eclipses, full moons, and different things that are going on astrologically up in the sky, is going to be bringing a lot to light to people that they've never experienced before. So I feel like this is where human, going from the macrochism to the microchism, or the micro to the macro, I feel like the spirit guides and counselors of other people are telling me that some people who never even thought about runes, tarot, their zodiac sign, I feel like they're telling me a lot of people are becoming enlightened. Okay, that they are not ever, that this is something they've never even thought of before, that is suddenly their gifts are opening up. They don't know where to turn. They're like, why am I getting these vivid dreams? Why am I getting, why am I suddenly feeling certain ways about certain people? Why am I suddenly seeing people that are looking at me funny, or because they're seeing your light shine, guys. I feel like this has got some light workers in it. There's some healers in here. There are some people that did not know they had special gifts because they weren't raised that way, because I'm getting race history, guys. Okay, this is Othello. This one is talking about race history. So this is for a lot of people that never thought before that. I mean, they just thought they were ordinary Joe Blow, Joe Jane. And these are people that are, their gifts are coming to the forefront very quickly because it's meant to at this time in their family tree, in this history of humanity of this time. And these are people that are going to be movers and shakers in the future. They just don't know it yet, is what they're telling me. And guys, I don't always know what the messages are till as I go along and they start telling me things. I'll have pictures pop up in my head. I have words pop up in my head. I've had people's names pop in my head, which has been very rare for me, but is becoming more common because I've been calling in other people's spiritual counselors because my spiritual counselors were telling me that I needed to call other people's in because they had messages that they did not know how else to get them to the people that are popping up now in certain families that are actually going to make a huge difference for humanity several generations into the future. So if you even feel like that your gifts that are coming in are something you've never had before, they're still saying you need to do research because you're going to find somewhere in your lineage people that they're saying were tramped down, stopped, and I got this message kind of yesterday too. So there are some of you who have never experienced any of this that you're starting to experience it, and it is in your family tree. It's just your family has been maybe they followed one religion for years and years, and they don't believe in. I mean, they're staunch believers in the Bible or the Quran or whatever the case may be for your family, and now all of a sudden those genes in your family are coming up, and people being born today or were born, are now showing back up again because they are meant to have something to do with humanity's history going into the future. I recently did a reading on a slow-moving energy, and this has a lot to do with this because some of these people that never knew they had special gifts, light workers, star seeds, and I don't think it's even so much star seeds, it's like healers, people that are meant to help humanity out in the future. Maybe your grandkids in the future will be ones that, because you've become enlightened, they will experience their gifts, or when their gifts come out. Like, say you're a young person that you're just now starting out, you've just had your first baby, they're saying, and 6 years from now, you're going to realize your baby has special gifts, because those gifts are meant to come to the forefront. Okay? It's just like if you go look up, they're telling me, just like if you're looking, all of a sudden you see those things, some of those older shows about psychic kids, that in their family, the families are like, I just know what my kid's seeing, and this is abnormal for our family. It's because this is their time to shine and make a difference in humanity. Because people, I'm going to tell you, everybody has special gifts, but not everybody's come to the forefront in such a way that affects everyone around them. So if you suddenly realize that you have some nieces, nephews, a close family friend or something, that their kids have gifts, be aware that they're saying that this is a way that they're letting you know you need to go and search and see what is in your family tree, what is in your family history. Talk to your older relatives before it's too late and they've passed away, and then you have to go try to look things up and find things out, because all of a sudden you're having something that nobody else in your family's ever had that you know of, but then you find out your great Aunt Jane, I keep getting J names, guys, your great Aunt Jane was a seer, and she just knew. She just knew when, maybe she studied herbs and stuff, and she just had a way with growing plants, and people came to her for advice. People came to her for, I know she makes this great tea that's really great for coughs, and my little girl's sick, and we went and got this tea, and we asked her if she would make us up this special tea, and this healer who deals with herbs made up this special tea that, for some reason, whatever medicines the doctor put her on weren't working, but this tea did, because this lady's in touch with all of her herbology knowledge. Okay? So we're talking about things that people don't really talk about or see that much anymore. For some families that are now coming to the forefront because of healing gifts, you're suddenly starting to realize things. Seek out people, seek out knowledge. And then you go back and you do some research on your family tree, and you find out, lo and behold, you've got a great great grandmother that was hung for witchcraft, and she had huge healing abilities, and it scared everybody in her town at the time, because she was the only one that knew some healing stuff. And people are scared of what they do not know, guys. And that's why I did this reading yesterday that popped up, that somebody says, the way my family is, they find out I got this, they're going to be saying there's something wrong with me. And so they decide not to say nothing. Okay. And I've had a couple of people reach out and say that they have had something similar like this happen to them. So guys, this is a message from other spirit counselor members that are wanting people to know they need to go do some research, because somehow, some way in the future, it's going to affect a lot of other people down through your lineage. Okay. That's what they're telling me this morning. So let me tell y'all what we got here. And I think they've also told me I should pull some cards on people to see what kind of people maybe can help you. You should look for rather, and you'll have to switch the energy around to how they resonate for you, because this is not going to resonate for everyone. So let me tell y'all what we've got here. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I pulled the runes till they told me to stop. And I asked questions along the way. And guys, I'm going to tell you, every rune is on this table except 2. Let's see what 2 are not here. There's only 2 runes that are not up here. One of them is praying, is Algas, and in the weird rune, which is in the hands of fate. So that tells me right there that this is an important message for somebody. All right, guys. So let's just go through this, see what we've got. I'll tell y'all as I go along what extra questions I ask. So what we have, first of all, here is we have defense and life going forward. Okay. So again, I'm feeling like this is some messages for some newbies out there that have never experienced this, and they're just scrolling through YouTube one day, they see something, or they hear something, or they read something, and they go, and it just strikes a chord. Okay, so this is life going forward, and it actually makes them, when it strikes that chord in them, it actually makes them very happy, because it resonates. And it doesn't mean it's necessarily my message, but whatever messages you come across. I mean, maybe you see a billboard, maybe you see a book, you're in Barnes and Nobles and you see a book, and the title just resonates with you and you have to buy it. And then come to find out, you're going, oh wow, I remember my mother's great aunt talking about somebody having this kind of a thing in our family, and it scared the shit out of them. Okay? Because we're talking about Again, man is the rune of humanity, going from the microchism to macrochism. And because I have Othello here, and people's gifts opening up, I feel like they are saying you need to go do some research. Okay? Because at this time you are opening up to your gifts, but you're going to have to do the research because it's something pertinent to do with your family tree. We have movement, and we have strength, and we have healer here. Okay? So like I said, this isn't going to resonate for everybody, but this is the energies that are coming in. All right? Then I asked, what is unseen? Okay? So we have a doorway here, Ing, completing some beginning. So if some of you have taken my message, your message to heart and have started doing some research, they're saying that you are going to find, you may even find other people. Maybe you find a cousin. Maybe you have a cousin, they're saying, or a friend. Or no, somebody in your family. You start doing research, you happen to mention a book you saw, and all of a sudden they go, well, let me tell you something. And suddenly you and that person in your family realize you've been experiencing something similar, they're saying, and all of a sudden you two realize, or three of you, they're saying, some of you there'll be two of you, some of you there'll be three of you, and all of a sudden you realize you're experiencing something similar, but nobody else in your family is, because they're not meant to. You're the ones that are meant to bring this to light. Okay, does that make sense? And they're saying, don't be scared. The knowledge will come as it's meant to. Okay, because fihu means, when it's right up, it means possessions. It means you know, in one reading it meant checking out different kind of things to do with using your healing gifts, like using runes, tarot, divination of different kinds. And now Haggis has to do with things on an elemental disruption. So this is something that's going to occur for you that you don't know about yet, that is meant to change you and turn your whole life around, that has to do with something in your family history, your race history, your something that, again, that you at this time in your family lineage, you're meant to bring to light, that has something to do with something. Like, guys, for those of you that can afford to, do one of, I want to do one too, I haven't done one yet, but do one of those DNA tests, okay? Because I asked, after I pulled the runes, I said, well, what else is unseen? So, and then they gave me Perth, and they gave me fruits of your labor. So again, I feel like this is talking about race history, and you need to go do some research, because, and they're saying, go to the library. They're saying, go ask some of your other relatives about, like, maybe you find out, they're saying Lithuania? What is that country? Lithium? Some of you have some people, have some other, like, you know, when you do your DNA and they tell you so much of you comes from Africa, or Europe, so much of you comes from this part of the world, so much of you comes from Scotland, so much of you is Irish. You're going to find something in your family tree that you did not know you had, that after you do this research, it's going to start making so much more sense to you when you start looking at these people's mythology, when you start looking at how they used to live back in today, how their country has gone from the past into the present time, and how it's starting to turn going into the future. Something you're going to do in your long year research is going to suddenly open a shitload of doors for you. I probably shouldn't cuss, but guys, you're going to find out some information that is going to just floor you. I'm just saying, you know. So this was extra information I asked for here on the unseen level. And guys, don't let it make you scared. Don't let it, you're meant to find this out. So, like I said, I'm hearing DNA test. I'm hearing look up your family tree. I'm hearing look up, if you do a DNA test, look up these different countries you find out you've got in your bloodline. Because I think when you start researching that, I think it's all of a sudden a whole new world is going to open up for you. Okay? And on a spiritual level too. It's also going to explain a lot of things. Maybe it will explain to you why you've been able to do a certain thing, they're saying. Like maybe you've always attracted animals to you. And you find out in your family somebody used to be a healer of animals or something like that. I actually have a friend who can lay hands on animals and does have a healing gift of where she can help animals to heal. I had a cat one time that was very sick who has since passed away. And mind you, this was a few years back. And my friend came over, laid hands on her, and she said, all I can do is take away some of her pain and make her more comfortable. So you're going to find out some things you did not know. Okay, guys? And then what we have in the, in this line here, this right here is what's within your control. And then I asked for extra information, and we'll get to that when we're done, okay? So, they're saying they're sending you signals, and you need to, this is the signals, and this is the information you need to go look up. Okay, start picking Grandma's brain. Start picking Great Aunt Juanita's brain. Start picking up Aunt Mabel and asking Aunt Mabel questions. Okay, and some of you, I feel like you're going to find out it's through your mother's line, because Laguz is flow, and it's also a feminine rune. It also means leek, which is a type of plant. But they're telling me some of you are going to find out it's through your maternal line, where you find out a lot of your spirituality. Okay. So this is something that's coming through your maternal line, guys. Then they're going to tell you to stop, do the research, okay? And you're relieved from distress, notice, you're going to be so glad that you did, because it's going to make a lot of things suddenly make a hell of a lot of sense to you, okay? So then I asked for other information. And guys, we have Path of Destiny and Breakthrough, okay? So when you find this information out, it is going to open up, guys, I just feel like it's going to open up like, not Akashic records, but it's going to open up so much information that so many things are going to be, that you're going to realize all of a sudden, just so much more information coming in that it's just going to make you really, really happy. You're going to come to yourself in some way, and you're going to realize that you're on a path that nobody else in your family's been on, but it's in your family genetics, it's in your race history, it's something to do with you and your family line having something to do with helping mankind along sometime in the future through your bloodline, okay? And then we have theories, which theories is a doorway, but to me, it being reversed today, it's saying take your time, because you are going to be moving into the future. And with reverse Burqa, I'm feeling like it's saying just take your time. Don't be trying to rush anything, because it's going to take time, because we have Jera up here. Okay? Does that make sense? Because they're not saying it's not going to happen for you. They're just saying it's going forward. You may find out some things that you'll go, well, how come this is true for this person in my family, me and this other relative up here, but it's not coming through for me? Because it may be one of your kids in the future that has something to do with making your family line stronger, something that's going to help humanity, something that in the future, because I've been feeling, guys, they're telling me that in the future, people are going to be so much more in touch with their psychic side, their unseen side. I keep hearing the unseen, the unseen, the unseen. So whatever starts getting stronger for you, where your healing gifts or where your psychic dreams are concerned, or the way that you're dealing with the world today, that as you go forward, that more is going to come to light, and as time goes, it's just going to make more and more sense. So keep a journal, they're saying. Even if you just write down a couple of words every day, well, I experienced this today, or I talked to so-and-so in the family, and this is what she told me. Start keeping a journal on that, okay? And I feel like that also has to do with this Laguz. I don't know why, but you are going to get this information, okay? And guys, it's important to your family history. And I feel like this message is, they're saying there's at least 3 or 4 people that are going to get this message, that are going to do what they're being told to do by their spiritual counselor. And the more you do what your spiritual counsel is telling you to do, the more messages they're going to send to you. Either you overhear something in a conversation, you find out something from a relative that only comes to visit at Christmas time, from, like, maybe you live in New Jersey and you have a relative comes over from Wisconsin. Y'all get to talking, and you find out some things about family members that you did not know, that maybe even your parents didn't know. But you're going to find out something, and you're going to go, ooh, I'm going to go look this up, because you're going to remember something. You're going to remember a reading, or you're going to remember some kind of information from your spirit guides or your journal, and you're going to go look something up, and it's going to open up a whole new world. They're saying a whole new world, because some of you are really meant to find this information out. And like they're saying, in the recent past, this didn't even never occur to you. And all of a sudden, as all these eclipses, and they're saying the next 3 to 6 months, guys, we're going to just have some things going on that are going to really, and the veil between the worlds is getting also thinner, they're saying, which I've already been known. I've talked about that on my channel before. So if you're new to my channel, go look up some of my past videos. I've talked about, in some of my shorts, I've talked about the veil feeling like it's so thin. And if I'm not mistaken, last winter when I was doing a lot of videos, because we got snowbound for a while there, guys. We had 4 feet of, I had snowbanks out around my Subaru that were as tall as my damn Subaru, and I am not kidding. I had pictures on my shorts where I took pictures. I said, guys, look at this, look at the snowbank. It's as tall as my damn car. Okay, it's on my channel, guys. So the veil being thinner, it's easier to actually, if you stop and you listen, the veil's has gotten so thin for humanity as we go from the 3rd dimension into the 5th dimension, and as people are growing and changing, humanity's changing, things are opening up, that some of you that weren't aware, that are now becoming aware of things coming in for you, you're going to get knowledge that other people aren't going to know how you got it, they're saying. You're not going to know how you got it. But it's because your spirit guides and your ancestors, especially ancestors, some of them from the past that got held back, they've been waiting for you, and I just did a video about that, and they are going to be giving you messages. They have jumped onto your spiritual council, and amongst your angels, spirit guides, ancestors, these ancestors, some of them are coming to the forefront and getting on your spiritual bandwagon to bring messages to you because they want you to know this information, and they're going to guide you, they're saying. They're saying they're going to guide you, and they're going to tell you where to go. They're going to put the right person in your path. You're going to overhear the right conversation. You're going to see something, maybe on YouTube or other social media. Something's going to spark something in you. And that's what I feel like this is right here, is that spark. Guys, when you get that spark, follow it up. Because it's going to make, they're saying it's going to make a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe it might even overwhelm you. But it's going to make you very happy. Because it's going to open up a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Race history, guys. They're just, yeah. They're also saying close to home, you're going to find out some information too. Something's going to come to light from your family tree, or from someone, going a great aunt that you haven't seen that only comes to visit once in a while. Or maybe suddenly out of the blue she calls, or he calls. I'm still feeling like it's through you're going to find out through your maternal line. So guys, I'm going to pull some tarot for this. And so this kind of feels like an angel message, but it also feels like a race heritage message. It feels like a spirit guide and ancestor message. It's just a spiritual council message telling some of you people that are suddenly going to start having all these spiritual awakenings on your spiritual journey. This is meant to happen, and you are meant to see this. So, and that's just and messages coming in, breakthrough. See, guys, it also goes this way as well. Healer within your family, relief from distress. And this was an extra message, guys. Secrets becoming known to you as you go do this research. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm just saying, if you are new to all of this, if this is something that you've never experienced before, there are messages out there for you. You just have to go look for them. But they're there for you. And your spiritual council is going to make damn sure you get these messages. Let me pull a couple of regular arcana. They're telling me pull 3. Let's pull 3 and see what we get. Spirit guides, ancestors, spiritual council of people that are seeking out information at this time, that you're wanting to make sure they get these messages. What other messages do you want to give them? What other messages do you want to give them? What other messages do you want to give them? Strongest energies only, please, because you told me just to pull 3. Told me just to pull 3. And one more. Okay, we're going to split it. One more. They keep telling me that here lately. They say one more, one more. All right, so let's see what we got, guys. Okay, on the bottom we have death. So I feel like, and they're not saying death as in real death, guys. What they're saying is that death of an old way of being, death of because new things, because guys, with every ending is a new beginning. So they're saying in this instance, this doesn't mean death. It means a new beginning, because things, the way you've been living your life is not going to, you're not going to live your life in the same way once you start finding out this information. That's what they're saying. Let's see what else we get. You got to let go of some preconceived beliefs. Some of you, they're saying you are going to see your things that have been in your family, the way your family's always been. You're going to have some things you're going to have to let go of, because they're not going to apply as you're going into the future. You're going to have to let go of some things that you've always been told that are not quite right, because maybe some patriarchal family members in the past have said, oh, that women's intuition's all nonsense. Guys, it's not. Men have intuition too. They just don't always listen to it. Some men are you know how some men are really headstrong, especially the older generation. All they know is what they know, and they don't want no new information because they feel like they're either too old or they feel like it's just all nonsense. Okay, guys, your intuition is not nonsense. How do you think man survived before we even had before there was ever books? Caveman depended on his instincts, the change in the weather, everything he was seeing around him to know what he needed to do next. You know what I'm saying? And then they would get together and talk, or however they communicated, to figure out what they needed to do for the safety of everybody. So this is you going into the future, and things in the past, they're important, and you're going to find some things out, but you need to bring them to light. So you're going to have to let go of some preconceived ideas, and it's going to feel right to you to do that too. They're saying it's going to feel right for you to let go of some of that stuff, because the stuff that you're discovering about you and things in your past and your family and your race history is something that's going to be important in the future. It's just been subdued and held back because of others. Yeah, and there's the tower. So it may be hard for you, but the past it's important. But you need to bring, see Soilu here, and we got Soilu here, guys. Do you see that? Do you see what I'm saying? They're saying you need to find this new information out. And this right here, this may be this woman that tells you something, or this other cousin, friend, or whatever, that this person is already going, yes, this feels right. And you come along and start comparing notes. And that's where the gift and the partnership comes in, because you and somebody else, or maybe even it might even be somebody that's a relative. It could be a friend that y'all are noticing the same things about, that you're feeling the same things within your family history. Okay, because I keep getting race history. Yeah, so that's gonna. Yeah, so with the world, I feel like it's saying that as you come across and discover more about your family tree and how things resonate with you, some of the things in the past, you're going to say, I see why why they're telling me to go look up my family history, because there's some things that have been kept down that now need to be brought to light and let go of, or some things in the past that we now need to talk about, or I need to look at, even if my family doesn't agree with me. Okay? And you might have some family members say, yeah, we never used to talk about Aunt Lucy because we all thought Aunt Lucy was crazy back in the day. And you go, but Aunt Lucy wasn't crazy. She was a light worker, or she was a healer, or, every time she, somebody knocked at the door and she goes, oh, so-and-so's here. And she wouldn't even think about it. And we'd open up the door, and here's, Mary Lou from over there in, the next state over. That's a cousin of ours. And she just happened to drop in, and she goes, how'd you know that? And Aunt Lucy says, I just know you was coming. I could feel you, And then you see Uncle Ralph over there rolls his eyes and goes, yeah, whatever, honey, because, yeah, he's been trying to tamp that shit down forever. You're going to find family members like that. They're saying, oh my God, I can't believe they just said that. Guys, they're saying, you know what? Uncle Ralph's just saying, yeah, whatever, because he doesn't want to see what's right before his eyes. You're going to have family members like that, guys. That's just so funny. I'm sorry, guys, but that's exactly what they said. They said Uncle Ralph, and they literally rolled their eyes, okay? One more, guys. Spirit of Destiny, your ancestors. They are, again, this is an ancestor and a spirit guide message. I've been getting lots of messages from the ancestors. Guys, somebody in your past family history is saying this shit needs to be brought to the light. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at, I'm just laughing at the picture they gave me of this heavy set guy. He's got black blackish, grayish hair. He's wearing a yellow shirt, black pants. He's sitting there. He's retired. But yeah, when his wife says, yeah, so-and-so at the door, and he rolls his eyes, he's been doing that, guys, for 20 years, they said. 30 years, I'm sorry. And he thinks his wife is nuts, but she's like, because he's like, yeah, she called you. And your aunt's going, yeah, she didn't call me. You don't want to hear me, Ralph. Just don't listen. Okay, guys. Oh, goodness. That's just funny, guys. I'm so sorry. That is just funny. So, yeah. They're saying somebody has a relative like that right now, and you're going to hear that, and you're going to laugh, and you're going to go, I know exactly who that is in my family. I know who that is. He lives in another state, but I know exactly who that is. He thinks all of us females are crazy. All right, guys, I'm going to pull a couple of people cards, high court cards, and see what else the spirit guides, angels, ancestors want to talk about, because your angels are right there with your ancestors, guys. I'm hearing Akashic Records again, and family lineage. Let me see. All right. Spiritual counsel of other people that are meant to see this message. What other people, past, present, or future, do you want to pull out in this reading that you want me to tell somebody for them to make a note of? What important people? For whoever needs to hear this ancestor message. Oh my goodness. Uncle Ralph, you're something else. Okay, I just got this picture, dude, of this guy. I don't know who he is. He's sitting in a brown leather. Anyway, okay. Let's they're saying cut once, cut twice, not cut once, they said. Okay. All right, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, on the bottom. Okay. So, on the bottom, guys. We've got King of Swords. Okay? So, this could be, he's got a sword of destiny in his hand. So, guys, this could be a great uncle or a great grandfather. Okay? Let's see. Going in the future and in the past. Somebody that may still be alive today. He's got a sword of destiny in his hand. He may be a redhead with brown eyes. He is highly intellectual. He may... This may be somebody that's 2 to 3, 4 generations back. I don't know if he's someone that tried to stop everything, or if he's someone that was also highly intuitive. They're telling me his last name may have been Black or Blacksmith. He may have been a blacksmith. Maybe he was a blacksmith. And he lived near water. He may be Irish or... Okay, guys, they're giving me messages. So this could be somebody in your family tree that's Irish. He was a blacksmith back in the day, they're saying. And he's somehow important to your history. And he's from Ireland or Scotland or England. Maybe even, they're saying London. I don't know, guys. Maybe that resonates for somebody. They're also really pointing out Scotland and Ireland, too. So this may be a message for several different people about somebody in your background that was intuitive, had healing abilities, but he was a blacksmith. He was highly intuitive. Let me see what else I can get, guys. Okay, so this here is the Queen of Pentacles, and they are screaming she's from England, something to do with England. She's also highly spiritual. She may be in your present lineage, okay? And she's a night person, they're saying, and somewhere back in her family, she's in England, they're saying, or from England, but someone in her family history further back than her had royalty in their blood, they're saying. Like from Africa, or from a country that's not a very big country, some kind of where there was kings and queens at one time, maybe Egypt. Cleopatra time, they're saying. Wow. But she's in England now, or someone... something to do with England? England and Egypt, guys. I don't know how that resonates for somebody. She might come from money, or she just might be a Taurus. She might just be very grounded. And I'm feeling like she's somebody that, she's still alive today, but she's a lot older. And something in her history has to do with England and with Egypt, they're saying, and royalty, or a dynasty maybe, guys. And I feel like she's dark complected, but she's got, I don't want to say American. She's of mixed blood, mixed skin blood. Like she might have some white people, white family members in the background and some black family members in the background that at one point merged together. Maybe during the Egyptian times. That's what they're saying. All right, guys, I don't know if that resonates for anyone or not, but that's what they're saying. And she has royalty in her blood. And they were all highly intuitive. Then we have a Page of Cups. And I'm hearing this is some country, somebody in somebody's background where there was water. They're saying on 3 sides. So I don't know how that resonates, but I'm hearing 3. A cup. I don't know what the cup has. They're saying something about the cup, but I can't quite grab the message. And this feels like this is something more current. And they're saying something to do with the fish. I don't know, guys. I can't quite pull that one out. So maybe there's somebody in your family tree, or maybe you live in a place where there's water on 3 sides. Like Florida, or up around Maine, Alaska. So I'm just getting the number 3, guys. I don't know. And fish. Maybe this is somebody whose family had fishermen in it at one time. I don't know. I'm just hearing the number 3. 3 sides water, and one of those places where there's water on 3 sides. So that might resonate for somebody. And this time, I've gotten this card before, but again, I'm feeling like this has something to do with Egypt, because they're drawing my eye to the pyramids in the background, but they're also saying Africa, and a very strong woman who may have been head of something at her during her time, or will be in the future. I'm not sure, guys. Anyway, so those are some people that I'm pulling there, guys. Let me see. Queen of Swords. All right, guys. So we're getting reference again. They're telling me again with the green, the red. They're saying Irish, Scottish, Celtic. Maybe this is meant for somebody today that has red hair. Sword of Destiny. 4-leaf. See, usually I think of these as butterflies, but I'm seeing 4-leaf clover. So I'm thinking this is somebody with Celtic in their background. Irish, German, or Irish, Scottish, English, somewhere in the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom, they're saying. There we go. They're saying the United Kingdom, guys. Guys are saying something about a shield. A shield, a family shield crest with clover on it. They're bringing my attention to her mouth, and at the top of her mouth looks like an M. So I don't know. Word of mouth, they're saying. Maybe somebody finds out somebody in their families from Ireland and they were the town crier back in the day. I don't know, guys. That's just that's just what I'm hearing. And they're saying 3 and 4 is somehow important. So maybe 3 generations back, 4 in the future, or 4 in the past, 3 in the... I don't know, guys. However that resonates for you, that is a message for somebody. Okay? So that's some people there, guys. Let me see what the next one is, if there's anything from that. How did that get in? Okay. So Guys, some of you, and then the strength card somehow showed up in my people ones. I don't know how that happened, but obviously they're wanting me to say something about that. So guys, you are going to have, and of course, this also resonates with the strength room. So you are going to find out something through your lineage. Normally I see this as a chain. It's probably just a jangle or something on her ankle, but I'm hearing through your family tree, the chain of your family lineage. You're going to find something out that's going to make they're saying that it's going to make you stronger because you're going to realize you were right even though someone was telling you were wrong. So whoever that resonates for, if somebody's been telling you you're full of crap, someone, an older relative or something, this is you saying, yeah, okay, whatever, and you just going about your way. Because that's the relief from distress here, you're right. So you're going to go looking. Someone's going to go looking. And they're going to find out through their family lineage, their tree. There's somewhere the family split off, they're saying. And one side stayed whatever, and the other one's moved somewhere, they're saying. Someone you're going to find out your family tree split. One, like maybe two brothers. One went one way, one went the other. And one family tree, one part of your family lineage developed in one way, and then another part of your family heritage, whatever, either stayed behind or went somewhere else, and they became strong in their own way, but they became two total, like one family split off and became two total different groups with their different beliefs. There may have been strife in the past, they're saying, and each one went their own way because their beliefs didn't match. They felt their intuition was telling them something different. And you're going to find this out, and you're going to say, oh, holy cow, my family went this way, great-great-great-great-great-grandfather's brother, Joe, Henry, Ralph, whatever, went the other way. And then as the family went down the line, they started believing different things because this one thought it was nonsense. This one said, well, I'm listening to my intuition. So, and you're going to find that break in the family tree, and you're going to say, holy cow, that's part of my lineage. And it's going to open up a whole bunch of new doors for you guys on your path to destiny and success. Yep. That again is this, see, family tree. Look right there, guys. There is your race history. There is the secrets becoming uncovered after the fruits of your labor. Guys, that is going right here, right here. That's the extra information I asked for. That's why this card popped up. Yep. Because this goes to the main arcana, guys. This goes to the high court cards. And she somehow got in there. And look, guys, I've got my deck separate. Okay? Page of Swords, there's my people. And there's my main arcana. So she somehow snuck in here because so this message is for someone in particular, they're saying. Guys, go do your research. All right. Oh, wow. This has turned into a long-ass message. All right, guys. That's what I've got this morning. Lana Scott Lighthouse. Guys, be a light in the darkness. This message is meant for some of you people, they're saying, that need to go do some research because you're going to find out some things about your family heritage. You can always save this message and look at it later when you start looking up things. And guys, I'm just telling you, that's what they told me to talk about this morning. This is what they gave me. This is what came up. Be a light in the darkness, guys. Your spiritual counsel is talking to you. This message is important for someone. Lana Scott Lighthouse, be a light in the darkness. Be somebody's hero. Be your own hero. Okay? Your path of destiny is meant to somehow change mankind in the future, guys. This is just what I'm picking up. This is meant for someone. All right, guys, it is a beautiful day. The weather is changing here in North California. They're saying we're going to have snow in 2 days, and I'm not ready yet. All right, so this is definitely an ancestor and race history message, and that's probably what the title's going to be. All right, guys, good luck to you, whoever this is for. I really hope that you go digging and find out some wonderful things about your family. I went digging in the past and found out my family's always been hard workers. We've never, because I'm from Mississippi, guys, we never had slaves that I know of. My family always helped each other. They were a very strong clan of Irish, French, German, and Dutch. And very strong family ties from the past. I think some of you are going to find out your family split, and when you start looking at this information, you're going to be shocked. Do the DNA tests. If when they, it's Christmas time, they do specials on those DNA tests. Sometimes they have them as cheap as $30. They used to do like $150 for those things. So if you get one done for $30 and you got $30, do it, because I think you're going to be surprised when you get the results, and then you're going to start looking stuff up. All right, guys, Lana Scott Lighthouse.